So good morning, class. How are you? So yesterday I gave out some work, and we are handling on the equation of a straight line from non-point, for the non-point. So you realize yesterday, those who are not in class, we are trying to look for the equation, but this equation, there's a non-point, and this non-point was the what? The gradient. So you remember when you are starting that topic, we try to look for the gradient. So that gradient that you are given there, you have to use it for you to be able to get the what? The equation. So maybe I'll start with where we did yesterday, some two question or one question. And one of the questions that we tried to handle yesterday was I'll use two. So this is the non-point for 2. And there they need us to look for the what? For equation. So you realize it, already have been given the gradient. And the gradient there is what class? The gradient there is 2. So if you want to create the equation, you realize you use the point given here, it was what? 4 and what? 4 and 2. So you create 4 and 2 and create the axis, which is what? X and Y. So this one, after having this one, you will be able to come in and look for the what? For the formula of what? Of the gradient, isn't it? So whereby we know if you want to get the gradient is what class? Change in Y coordinates. We divide by what? The change in X coordinate. So this is the coordinates. This 4, 2 and xy, they will be able to help us to be able to get the equation that we want to look for. Now, here we realize we have what? We have x and what? X and y. So we started from there, on the right side going to the left? To the left. So whereby we are going to take what? Y minus 2 of our what class? X minus 4 is equal to which gradient class? Already have been given what? Non-point there is what? The non-point there is 2. Then from there we will be able to simplify, and we simplify using the denominator. So you realize this one when you put like over 1, still the same thing, like when you are looking for the LCM of this one, it becomes x minus what? 4. So you're going to multiply both sides by x minus 4, and this side what? X minus 4. So you can see this and this one looks similar. So what are you going to do, class? We are going to cancel them. So we are going to remain, then we expand the x minus 4. So whereby here we are going to have y minus what? 2 is equal to what? Let's expand to 2x minus 8. So meaning those one who do not know how we got 2x, we are taking 2 times what? X, which is 2x minus 2 times 4, which is going to give us what? 8. So you realize there's those figures that look similar. We can see 8, 2 and what? 2 and 8. They look similar. So what are you going to do? We make sure this one crosses the equal sign. So you're going to cross the equal sign. So when the positive crosses the equal sign, changes to what? When negative crosses the equal sign, changes to what? Positive. So here you're going to have positive 2. So you realize here you're going to remain the y is equal to 2x. So you have a depth of 8 shilling and you pay 2 shilling. What are you going to have? You're going to have a negative of what? So meaning you're going to pay an extra 6 shilling. So our equation becomes what? Y is equal to 2x minus 6. Do you think we have another question that we should be able to redo, class? That's good. So today, we want to check on the equation of form y is equal to mx plus c. So there, you are required to have a graph or a square book and a ruler. So you have a line AB passes through the what? The point. You have been given line AB passes through a point, and the point that you have been given is what, class? The point that you have been given is 4 and 8. Then the gradient of the line AB is what? So you have been given the gradient to be what? -5. So determine the equation of the of the line. So we want to put it in a form of what? Mx plus c. Mx plus c. So let's see what is going to happen under this equation. So you realize, determine the gradient of PQ. The line passes through. You have been given there the two figures that we shall be. Let's determine with this one first. So already we know how to look for the equation, isn't it? So already here you have 4 and the gradient is what? What? So let's create the what? Let's create the equation. So here we're going to have what class? X and y. So already you have the gradient, which is what? 5. So let's come back to our formula. Change in what? Y coordinates. Over what class?
Change in x coordinate.
Change in x coordinate. So let's now check it. Our y shall be what? Here it is x, here it is what? Y. So here we shall have y minus 8, and the x side we shall have what? X minus 4. Our gradient given there is what? -5. So once we have this one, already the way we are doing, we make sure we simplify by using of the LCM that is there. So we are going to use what? X minus. So we multiply both sides by x minus 4, and this side what? X minus 4. So we can see these one are equal, isn't it? So they are going to cancel one another. Then from there you will be able now to expand, whereby there you have y minus 8 is equal to what? So let's start multiplying. Here we have negative 5x. Then when you multiply negative times a negative, what are you going to get? You are going to get positive 20. We are going to get positive 20. Then from there you'll be able to realize now we have the one that are they look similar. So this one crosses the equal sign. So when it crosses the equal sign, changes to what class? Positive. So it becomes positive what? Positive 8. So you realize our y becomes what class? Negative 5x plus 28. So this is how we are creating it. Now there's no big difference. So the difference will be able to come if you got something here on 2, like 2y. Then from there we could be able to divide both sides by what? Both sides by what was on y. So let's go direct to the example given on the book. So you have been given, determine the what? You determine the 2 points is what? You have been given there 2 points, eh? And one of the points that you have been given is point A. A is equal to what class? Negative 2. And B? B. Like this one. So positive what? 1? 8. Like that. Then from there they're asking us to look for the what? Express the equation of the line AB in a form of y is equal to mx plus c. Whereby now, and on those categories, you remember the what? The coordinates. We remember the coordinates, isn't it? So let's come back. Here we can realize what are we missing here, class? What are we missing here? Gradient. So the first thing that you should be able to look for is what? The first thing that you should be able to look for it is what? Yet should be able to look for the gradient. That's the first thing. So from there now we will be able to come. Let's look for our gradient. So and the gradient is equal to what? Change in what? Change in y coordinates over what? Change in x coordinate. So let's identify. This is what? X, y. And this one? X, y. So we say you're going to start on the right side going to the left side. So let's start with what is there. We are going to have what? 8 minus what class? 8 minus 2 over what? Yes? 1 minus negative 2. So from there we want to look for the gradient, isn't it? So when you subtract this one, what are you going to get? 6. And this one? 3. Good. So when you simplify 3 into 3, 3 into 6, so our gradient there is what? Our gradient there is 2. Then from there, we said, when we want to identify the what? When we want to identify the point, we use one of the what? One of the line of the gradient. So you have the points, eh? You have point A and point B. You decide to use one of the point given there. We can either decide to use negative 2, negative 2 and positive 2, or positive what? 1 and positive 8. Like in the book there, they have decided to use what? Negative 2 and 2. So according to us, let us use the 1 and what? 1 and 8. So let's try to use, so we say 1 and 8. So let's create this one becomes x and what?
Y.
X and y. So always apply this one. See, don't forget to use this one, because at the end of the day, some of you may forget. Some of you may forget to put. And that's the reason why you can see in every step, I'm not leaving out this one, so that it becomes easier for you to identify. Then from there, we will be able to come for the what? We will be able to check on the coordinates, whereby we say change in what? Change in y coordinates over change in x coordinates. So let's start there. We'll have what? Y minus, good, and then
X minus 1.
X minus 1 is equal to what class? 2. Is equal to 2. So from there, so we can see this one cancel. So have what? Is equal to, let's expand this one to x minus 2. Good. So 2 times 1 is what? 2 times 1 is negative 2. And don't forget to use the right integer that has been used there. So like when look here is a negative one. So make sure you use the right one. So you can see you have the one that looks similar, isn't it? Then the same line, isn't it? You can see the one that are on the same line. So this one crosses the equal sign. The equal sign becomes what? Huh? Positive what?
8.
Positive 8. So there we have y is equal to what class? 2x. So here you have the depth of how many shilling? And you went to the shop and you paid how many shilling? Meaning that person will give you some balance, isn't it? So we are going to have what? Huh? Positive 6 as your answer.